individualism, and self-discovery. Hesse often explores the journey of the individual in search of self-discovery and identity. Characters in his works embark on inner journeys, breaking away from societal expectations to find their true selves. Spirituality and mysticism. A strong thread of spirituality runs through Hesse's philosophy. He draws inspiration from Eastern philosophies, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism, concepts of enlightenment, inner peace, and the spiritual quest are central to many of his works. Rejection of materialism. Hesse criticizes the materialistic and conformist aspects of society. He emphasizes the importance of spiritual and emotional wealth over material possessions. Characters often choose a simpler life in pursuit of deeper meaning. Conflict between the spiritual and mundane. Hesse's characters often grapple with the tension between the spiritual or artistic pursuits and the demands of the everyday world. The conflict between these two realms is a recurring theme in his writings. Embrace of paradox. Hesse explores paradoxical ideas and the coexistence of opposites. Concepts such as light and darkness, good and evil, and joy and sorrow are interwoven in his works, reflecting the complexity of human experience, eternal return, and timelessness. Hesse is intrigued by the cyclical nature of time and the idea of eternal return. He explores the notion that certain truths and experiences are timeless and repeat across generations. The importance of art and creativity. Artistic expression and creativity are celebrated in Hesse's philosophy. The process of creation, whether in literature or other forms of art, is seen as a means of connecting with the deeper aspects of existence. Search for meaning. One of the central themes in Hesse's works is the quest for meaning in life. Characters often grapple with the existential questions and the purpose of their existence, leading to profound philosophical reflections. Siddhartha, written by Hermann Hesse and published in 1922, is a philosophical novel that follows the life journey of its titular character, Siddhartha. The narrative is set in ancient India and is heavily influenced by Eastern philosophies, particularly Buddhism. Here is a summary of Siddhartha. The novel begins with Siddhartha, the son of a Brahmin, dissatisfied with the spiritual teachings of his father and the traditional path to enlightenment. Determined to find his own truth, Siddhartha leaves his home and embarks on a quest for self-discovery. He joins a group of ascetics, engaging in extreme practices in pursuit of enlightenment, but ultimately finds these teachings unsatisfying. Leaving the ascetic life, Siddhartha encounters the Buddha, Gautama, who has achieved enlightenment. Despite deep admiration for the Buddha's wisdom, Siddhartha decides to continue his journey independently. He believes that true wisdom cannot be taught, but must be experienced firsthand. Siddhartha's journey takes him through various life experiences, including love, wealth, and the material world. He becomes a merchant and embraces a life of pleasure, yet he remains unfulfilled. Along the way, he forms connections with people such as Kamala, a courtesan, and Vasudeva, a ferryman. In the later stages of his life, Siddhartha experiences a profound moment by the river, where he gains insight into the interconnectedness of all life. He achieves a state of enlightenment, realizing that wisdom is found in the present moment and the unity of all existence. The novel concludes with Siddhartha, now an old man, passing on his wisdom to his friend Govinda. The story highlights the cyclical nature of life, the importance of individual experience in the search for truth, and the realization that true enlightenment comes from within. Steppenwolf, written by Hermann Hesse and published in 1927, is a novel that delves into the complex psychological struggles of its protagonist, Harry Haller. Also known as the Steppenwolf, the narrative explores existential themes, the conflict between individuality and societal expectations, and the search for a harmonious integration of opposing forces within oneself. Here is a summary of Steppenwolf. The novel opens with Harry Haller, a middle-aged intellectual who feels alienated and divided within himself. He considers himself both a refined man and a savage wolf, the Steppenwolf. Haller struggles with the duality of his nature, torn between his human and wolfish aspects, and experiences a deep sense of loneliness and despair. Haller becomes intrigued by a young woman named Hermann, who introduces him to a hedonistic and liberated lifestyle. Hermann encourages Haller to embrace the sensual and the spontaneous aspects of life, introducing him to jazz clubs, dance, and other pleasures. Through these experiences, Haller confronts and questions his rigid intellectual worldview. As the narrative unfolds, Hermann introduces Haller to Pablo, a lively and eccentric character who challenges Haller's perspectives on life. The interactions with Hermann and Pablo lead Haller to question his own identity and beliefs, pushing him to confront the complexities of his inner world. The novel takes a surreal turn as Haller is invited to a mysterious and magical theater. Here, he experiences a series of symbolic and dreamlike scenarios that force him to confront his deepest fears, desires, and contradictions. These experiences serve as a transformative journey for Haller. In the end, Steppenwolf portrays Harry Haller's journey toward self-acceptance and integration. Through a surreal and introspective exploration, he learns to reconcile the opposing aspects of his nature and find a more balanced and harmonious existence.